Real quick, I want to discuss something about abortion. I was in the parking lot and there was a lady standing there smoking a cigarette, and she was looking at my car, and I have a magnet on there that's basically states, that I'm against abortion. Um, she told me about a story about a lady that she knew that got raped. And long story short, because I don't want to go into details, it was horrible what they did to her. They cut her and raped her while they were cutting her in places that it is horrible. And um and the lady ended up having to have to abort the baby because of her injuries. Um, she ended up getting pregnant, obviously, in the rape, and she ended up having to abort the baby because of her injuries from the rape. And I can only imagine how horrible that would be. But she was telling me, the lady that she knew posted on Facebook about how to not let that be that 1%, that she was part of that 1% that had to abort her baby for because of rape or because of injuries or because risk to the female, to the mother. And she basically put on Facebook, don't let what happened to me give you an excuse to abort babies just because, it's a horrible tragedy what that lady went through. And she could have started to support abortion because of what she went through, but instead she stood up for what was right. And I can only imagine what she went through that horrible tragedy of torment and pain. And but yet she was still stood up and said the right thing to do, was to not have an abortion. And that just because she is in that arrow of that narrow 1% of person that has a real reason to have an abortion, is not an excuse to support abortion. um, it's getting crazy to where people are just aborting babies just to abort babies. People are aborting babies for rituals and to sell body parts, and it's crazy, and it was just amazing. It was a really amazing story to hear that a lady, that actually was part of that 1% that not only got raped but got tortured, and how horrible it was for her to go through that, and then to lose her baby, or she was going to die, and she had to make that choice, and through that tragedy she could have decided to support abortion, but still she did what was the right thing to do. And what courage it took to post that on Facebook, of what her testimony was, of what she went through. And it's just amazing to me what people go through, and that's why I try to humble myself and try to understand what people are going through, try to meet people where they are. I've been trying to do that a lot more lately. Um, Even though I don't endorse sinning, I don't endorse abortion, but there is that 1%, that that it's just trying to meet people where they are. It's hard sometimes. And the other thing I wanted to say was, I gave that lady that was telling me about that story about that lady a couple of magnets, and how wonderful it is to, I could have got on to her about, oh, you're smoking cigarettes and this and that and whatever, but I didn't, and I actually stood there and actually heard out her story and what she, her life and her friend's life that got raped and everything. And it was a blessing. And it's a real blessing to just talk to people about God and their testimonies and their friends' testimonies. And her daughter's getting baptized, so I gave her a couple free magnets for her daughter. And I gave a couple free magnets to her friend that believed in Jesus. And it's just such a joy just to have the interaction with other believers. And it's really opened my eyes to just being more humble and kind and meeting people where they are, and being able to enjoy people's conversations of their life and what God's done in their life, and it's just been an amazing joy to even just give away the magnets and work for Jesus, and be there for people, and they're there for me, and you just never know what that can do, and it's an amazing feeling giving, and it's an amazing joy, I know a girl on Facebook, or not Facebook, on YouTube that's been singing and stuff and giving praise to the Lord, and she did a video not very long ago about, the joy of the Lord, and I tell you what, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the joy of the Lord, just giving and talking to people and their testimonies, and it's amazing, whenever you just kind of drop the small stuff, the little details that really don't matter about, just all the drama of just, oh, you're right about this about the Bible, or you're wrong about this about the Bible, and this, and just nagging and bickering, and, the moment you drop that and you actually just start to talk to people and, give them hugs and smile and open doors and, help them out, with a, spare tire or a couple bucks to get them, some food or something, it's a great feeling, and then you get to hear people's testimonies, and it's just so much more joyful than, worrying about all the small details about everything. So I just want to say that today, and God bless, and love and peace.